She was bold, reckless, and utterly captivating. He was disciplined, composed, and off-limits. Kylie had always been drawn to danger, and nothing was more dangerous than her forbidden attraction to Jackson, her father's best friend. He was the man she wasn't supposed to want, the one who saw her as nothing more than the daughter of his closest friend. But Kylie wasn't a child anymore, and she was determined to make him see it. As she pushed his limits with stolen glances and lingering touches, Jackson struggled to keep the walls up. He knew better. He had to resist. But temptation had a way of breaking even the strongest men. One night. One choice. One betrayal that would change everything. What happens when desire shatters every boundary? Find out in this gripping tale of temptation, secrets, and the price of forbidden love. Subscribe to the Story Portal for more thrilling, dramatic love stories. Kylie had always loved pushing boundaries. Rules weren't obstacles, they were challenges. And Jackson? He was the ultimate challenge. Sitting across from him at the dinner table, she toyed with the stem of her wine glass, her lips curving into a knowing smile as she caught him stealing a glance. He was good at hiding it, but she knew. She saw the flicker of hesitation in his dark eyes, the way his jaw tensed whenever she was near. She leaned forward, her voice a sultry whisper. "You're staring again, Jackson." He exhaled sharply, shaking his head. "You're imagining things, Kylie." But she wasn't. She felt it, the crackle of tension whenever they were in the same room, the invisible thread pulling them closer, tighter. And she knew, deep down, that he felt it too. Her father laughed beside them, oblivious to the war raging between them. "Jackson, you've been my best friend for years. I trust you more than anyone." Jackson forced a smile, lifting his glass. "You know I'd never betray that trust." But even as he said it, his grip on the glass tightened. Because some lines weren't meant to be crossed, and yet, with Kylie, he was already too close to the edge. The party was in full swing, laughter and music filling the air, but Kylie had her sights set on only one thing, Jackson. She found him standing by the bar, his broad shoulders tense as he nursed a whiskey. He looked up just as she approached, his expression guarded. "You shouldn't be here," he murmured, his voice rough. Kylie smirked, leaning against the counter beside him. "Why not? Afraid you can't handle me?" Jackson turned to her, his dark eyes locking onto hers. "I'm afraid you don't know what you're playing with." She reached for his drink, taking a slow sip as she met his gaze. "I know exactly what I'm doing, Jackson. The question is, do you?" His jaw clenched. She was making this impossible. He had spent years keeping his distance, maintaining control. But Kylie was relentless, and the more he resisted, the more determined she became. A slow song began to play, the lights dimming around them. Kylie held out her hand. "Dance with me." Jackson hesitated. It was innocent enough. Just one dance. But the moment his fingers brushed against hers, he knew there was nothing innocent about this at all. As they moved together, her body pressed close to his, the tension coiled between them, electric and undeniable. Kylie tilted her head up, her lips just inches from his ear. "Still think I'm imagining things?" Jackson swallowed hard. If he didn't walk away now, he never would. But when